Hey friends, I've been telling you all about going to see the eternal flame in the middle of winter, and today my buddy Mark and I are going to do it. So I thought I'd do is show you what all's involved and give you a chance to experience the eternal flame in the dead of winter. So here we go. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about what are we going to put on our feet. We've got probably 2.5 feet of snow that's fallen in the last day and a half or so. The trail is pretty slippery. There's some pretty steep parts. So I thought I'd do is just real quick walk through what your options are for footwear. So if it's mostly fresh snow, I'd probably start with some snowshoes. And these snowshoes all have like claws on the bottom that help with the steep ice. We're going to bring these along. We're probably not going to start with them because this is the second day after a snowfall and the trail is probably pretty well packed down. The other extreme is crampons, which strap on your feet, have huge claws on the bottom, and we use those for ice climbing. Probably don't need those today. That's probably a little overkill. But for giggles, maybe we'll bring them along. And then this is actually what we're going to wear today, which is just some rubber, what do they call these, micro spikes, and these just slip on over your boots, and they're pretty easy. They help a lot with the traction in the steep parts. So let's saddle up. I'm going to put the micro spikes on, and then we'll head out and we'll tell you a little bit about the trail as we go. All right, so because it's the dead of winter, they don't plow the regular eternal flame lot, so you got to pull off a Sheriff Road. This is my buddy Mark. We're saddled up now. We're ready to go. So we're going to head in this entrance and follow the trail. And usually pretty easy to follow in the snow because it's pretty worn down. But we'll show you some of the blazes once we get going. Well, one thing you're going to want to do is take a note. See, there's a blue blaze on the tree. Probably one of these about every 20 yards or so. Take us along the trail. Just follow the trail. You're going to go down across a couple of ravines, which I'll show you. And then you change blazes to a flame blaze. And we'll show you that. There is one fork in the trail you need to pay attention to. And we're going to follow the flame blazes that go to the left. You can see here. But there is a trail that goes straight, and that's not the trail of the flame. So we're going to go left. And this is one of the prettier parts of the park. This is a hemlock stand at the top of the hill. It's quite beautiful and definitely worth visiting. Now we're into the first bit of the little bit more technical stuff. This is a pretty typical sort of downhill as you head down in the ravine. And it's pretty good grade. There's if you remember, there's steps underneath the ice and snow. But what happens is it gets pretty tromped down and it gets kind of icy. So take your time, be careful, and see at the bottom. All right, here's another fork in the trail. We get down to the bottom of the ravine, almost to the creek. The trail we're taking makes a hard left. That's another trail that heads into the park, so you don't want to take that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to head down to the creek bed, and then we're going to walk upstream, basically that way. So like I said, you're going to head up the creek, and we're just trolling along, and the creek is actually underneath all this ice. So it's kind of cool. Once in a while we'll get to a hole in the ice and you can see the water rushing by. But it's a lot easier in the wintertime than it is in the summer, believe it or not. Because in the summer you're hop skipping from rock to rock trying to stay out of the creek. In the wintertime you just walk right over the creek. There's the creek underneath the ice. Now, off we go. All right, so then there are a couple spots where it's a little technical. We've got to do a little scrambling to get over some of the down trees and stuff, but not too bad. So let's give it a shot here. come on up, Mark. And before you know it, you will have arrived at the Eternal Flame Falls. So let's wander on up, see what there is to see. And the falls are frozen solid. There's only this one little hole here. And that little hole is where the flame lives. And we'll see if we can get it lit. I don't see it, but maybe we'll take a peek in there. Maybe it's going. All right, well, we learned one important lesson today. Just bring a lighter. There's the Eternal Flame. Normally it being lit melts a hole in the ice in the waterfalls, but it must have gone out overnight. We're the first people for the day here. So, I'll give you a little treat. Hopefully somebody will come along and light it before we leave, but I kind of doubt it. It's been pretty quiet up here. All right, hope you enjoyed it. It's kind of an interesting walk. It's a really neat hike. Bring a lighter.